I'm only going to say this once. Microtransactions have no place in Halo, and just like in Halo 2, Master Chief should give the microtransactions back their bomb, because that has no place in this series. Get the hell out! Welcome back to JKPRising. Today we're going to talk about microtransactions and how they have no place in this series and how they're ruining the Halo franchise and why we need to get them out to have a better Halo for future Halo games. Now in the past, Halo games didn't have microtransactions. The only games that I think that have microtransactions are Halo 5 Guardians and Halo Wars 2. And the older Halo games, how did they make more money? And it's funny because Halo 3 had no microtransactions at all, and it's the best selling game in the franchise, and probably despite the fact that Halo 5 and probably Halo Wars 2 have sold in microtransactions a lot, they have probably not reached the numbers of Halo 3. And why is that? Well, Halo 3 relies on good game mechanics for good selling points. It doesn't rely on in-game currency to sell the game. It actually is a good game. Oh my gosh! Who would have thought? Sarcasm aside, we've known Halo to have great campaigns, great multiplayer, great cooperative play, great experiences, great customization. So those are pillars of the Halo franchise that sell the game and make it excel. Granted, the Xbox One has not sold as much as the 360, so that could also explain the dip in sales, but that does not explain the dip in quality. And at the end of the day, microtransactions do affect gameplay. Look at Warzone. It's a pay-to-win system, and it is pay-to-win. If someone can pay money in the game to get a crap ton of rec packs, even though they're random generated, they can get great weapons, great vehicles, they can also get shit vehicles and shit weapons, and even if the player is really bad at the game itself, they still have an advantage of some type of thing over someone who wants to get them legitimately. So if someone spends $100 on rec packs, they're going to get a much better chance of getting a good item than someone who plays for 5 hours, because if they spend money at the get-go, they already have the items. They don't have to grind for several hours to get as many items as someone who wants to play it legitimately. So Warzone is pay to win, and it does affect the game overall. Another example is Warzone Firefight. That game is monetized too. You cannot really enjoy the game mode to the fullest without using really high rec cards. And if you run out of rec cards, and if you have low tier rec cards, well, you're shit out of luck. The game mode is not as fun, it's super grindy, and you're gonna die a lot. Not to mention the game penalizes you for dying, and you have to wait forever, and the game itself is not that long in general. So you need to have high rec cards, or a lot of your rec cards to grind, or a really big wallet to enjoy Warzone Firefight to the fullest. We've had game modes like the game modes in Halo 5, but unmonetized. We've had actual firefight where you can fight waves and waves and waves of enemies, and it's not a time game mode. You can go forever because it's a customizable custom game mode. The game is hella fun without you needing to burn all these intense weapons. Granted, I do like some of the rec weapons in Halo 5 Guardians. I think they're very cool. I just wish they weren't put behind a paywall. That's the one thing I don't like about it. When you monetize a game mode, the quality of that game mode and the funness dips. It drops. ODST Firefight, in my opinion, is the best firefight ever, and Halo Reach Firefight is also a great firefight. Both do not have microtransactions implemented at all, and the game is hella fun, and you can fight waves and waves of hunters and so many other types of Covenant. It's insanely fun. And as Halo 5 came out, a lot of the fans remembered how good the older Halo games were. I remember when ODST and Reach weren't received that well when they came out, but now they're praised because they're like, oh my gosh, look how good we had it back then, and look how bad we have it now. I always talk about options, and more options for the player are a good thing. If someone out there wants to spend money on microtransactions to support, quote-unquote, 343 in the Halo series, they have the freedom to do that, and yes, they do. Unfortunately, the microtransaction system, like I said before, it affects the game overall. You can't have the funnest, fullest experience unless you pay for these certain modes, and that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Which is why I cannot support microtransactions in Halo games. They have no right in Halo games. They do not belong in Halo games. And I recently watched a video by the Act Man where he interviewed the lead designer for Halo Combat Evolved, Hardy LaBelle, talking about microtransactions. Take a look.
Microtransactions in Halo, they got no place in the game. They're just solely based on greed, and Microsoft shouldn't be supporting that, and I'm ashamed that they are. It's got no place in our franchise, and they should cut him out of there.
You know, maybe they think it was a good idea before, but now we have to let them know it's not. And I used to feel the same way. I thought microtransactions in Halo 5 were a good thing. I'll leave a video in the description below where I talked about how microtransactions in Halo 5 aren't a bad thing. How wrong I was. And I can make mistakes, and I can totally change my views and opinions. And hopefully Microsoft and 343 can also change their opinions too. We need to let Microsoft and 343 Industries know we do not want microtransactions in Halo Halo, we can spread our voice, we can start a movement, we are powerful in numbers, and we are the people who put Halo on the list of one of the best-selling games of all time, one of the best-selling series of all time. If it weren't for us, this game never would have sold, and it never would have gotten as popular as it was. So we have the power. Just because they make the game and they make decisions, we have the power, guys. We can echo change. We can do this. Halo's gonna be around for a while, whether we like it or not. I know a lot of people say Halo died after Reach or it died after 3, but guys, Halo's a big series and Microsoft knows that, and they're gonna keep pumping out games. So the best thing we can do for now is we can at least spread our movement and spread what we want to do for future Halo games. We're gonna have to deal with Halo games. They're gonna be here no matter what. If we like them, if we want them or not, they're gonna be here regardless of our opinions. So at least we can have good Halo games, right? We can have good experiences. So we need to let Microsoft and 343 know microtransactions do not belong in this series. We have been talking about it, but we gotta keep this movement going. We can do this. I know we can. And we can make sure that Halo 6 and future Halo games beyond do not have microtransactions. Let's have it stop at Halo Wars 2. It should not continue forward. It is not good for this series. It penalizes game mode. It penalizes fun. It penalizes customization. Sell a lot of games through the quality of Halo games, not through in-game currency bullshit. Let them know we want a Halo without microtransactions. If you liked anything I had to say in the video, please give a like on the video. It does help the channel out a lot. You are in the right spot for Halo content on JKPRising. Thank you for the support, guys. Thank you for letting me have so much fun making videos like this. I just really appreciate your viewership. I really appreciate your comments, everything you do, your liking. I really appreciate it, and it just gives me more fuel to keep doing what I'm doing. So thank you all so much. I cannot repeat myself enough because I'm living the dream right now. I'm making videos on stuff that I like and I have an audience, and that's awesome. That's truly, I'm truly honored. Any official news for Halo 6 I will be actively covering, so stay tuned on the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.